over to our conversation today. So I'm really excited to have Michael with us today. He's going to talk about I'm reading it so I don't get it wrong, the PMI Agile Hybrid Project Pro Mini Credential. So why is it important to have additional credentials and to learn about these is because as project professionals, we should always be looking to build our toolkit. And so I'm super excited to hear from Michael today and talk about this mini credential or micro credential and how it might propel us into the next part of our career. So I will turn it over to you. Thank you, Michael.
Okay, great. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, before I get started, can everyone hear me fine? Yes, cool. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me move this aside. So hello, everyone. First off, I want to say thank you for joining us today. My name is Michael Del Mundo, and I'm the new micro-credential product specialist here at PMI. And I started in mid-October 2021. And my role is to work in the certifications team to produce micro-credential learning experiences, which will help people upskill in their learning journey and also their professional development. So I'm honored to be part of the PMI-Central Illinois chapter meeting that we're doing today. And to present to you PMI's micro-credentials, but specifically the Agile Hybrid Project Pro, which was released in September 2021, and it's currently in its soft launch stage. Okay, so let's talk about micro-credentials. So the purpose of micro-credentials is upskilling. So these are e-learning courses that are bundled with a non-proctored online exam. And you take the course, you pass the exam, and then you earn a digital badge. So these are quicker than traditional certifications because it's skill training and validation all in one. So here are the distinctions between micro-credentials and certification. Let me move this a bit because it's kind of blocking. Sorry. Okay, so micro-credentials certifies achievements in specific skills, knowledge, and competencies. Micro-credentials are focused on particular subjects and relatively new topics. For micro-credentials, PDUs are not required to maintain, and there's no renewal needed. There's no application process. And once you've earned the micro-credential, there's no expiration. And then micro-credentials also contribute to PDUs to maintain other certifications. And let's talk about the Agile Hybrid Project Pro. So if you earned your PMP prior to 2021, the Agile and Hybrid was not included in the PMP exam. So Agile Hybrid Project Pro is a great new way to officially add these hot skills to your resume and to your profile so that your PMP is current with today's PMP. Also, Agile Hybrid Project Pro is the only hybrid micro-credential currently in the market. And through our market research, indicates that project managers spend 50% of their time on Agile and hybrid projects. So again, Agile Hybrid Project Pro teaches the skills, then validates the skills both in one product. So who's eligible? As mentioned earlier, there's no requirements, no application process. This is for the current PMP certification holder to align with the new PMP standards, which include the Agile and hybrid approaches. This is also for those who are considering the PMP, but just can't make the resource commitment at this time. This is for project managers who want to learn and demonstrate their hybrid expertise, project managers who are beginning to venture into the Agile or hybrid space, and lastly, project managers who want additional study preparation for the new PMP. So let's dive into the structure. The course content outlines follow the PMI domains, and the domains are defined as the high-level knowledge areas that are essential to the practice of project management. And then we have a series of individualized tasks, which are the underlying responsibilities of the project manager within each domain area. And then we have enablers, which are the illustrative examples of the work associated with the task. And these enablers aren't meant to be exhaustive. Down here below, we can see an example of the Manage Conflict module within the Agile Hybrid Project Pro. And the enablers would be to interpret the source and stage of conflict, analyze the context for the conflict, evaluate, recommend, reconcile the appropriate conflict resolution solution. So here is an example of the LMS interface and a quick overview of what an e-learning course would look like. So after you purchase the course, you can access the course right from your My PMI dashboard, or you could go to the courses library. So when you start the Agile Hybrid Project Pro, this is what you'll see. On the left-hand side, you'll see all the modules of the course to be completed. And then on the upper right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the resources, glossary, and menu tabs, which are all specific to the respective module. And then there are buttons throughout the course, like this begin course button here, next buttons, and then arrow buttons to kind of take you through all the modules, all the way to the completion of the Agile Hybrid Project Pro course. So mission and tasks overview. So with each of the modules, you have a mission and task overview. And these mission scenarios are clearly outlined to help you get started, watch the videos, and review the material. So there are a lot of knowledge checks throughout the course, and this will help you understand whether you're on track, you gave a super excellent response, or if your response needs more work. So there are 3 levels of feedback that you get in the Agile Hybrid Project Pro course, and I'll go over the examples and the explanations. So on track, but not quite, means you know what you're doing, but you might need to go back to review the concepts just a little more. Super means you understand the material fully, you're using the right tools, you know exactly what you're doing. And then needs more work means you just need to go back and review to understand the concepts better. So the feedback is great because it gives you an understanding of whatever you answered was correct or not. And it guides you back to the resources to help you understand. So sometimes you'll see there are 4 or 5 or more embedded tasks within each of the modules, and this will help reinforce your knowledge. So e-learning and assessment. So how it works. The course takes 6.5 to 12 hours to complete, but this may take longer because there are a lot of resources and there are a lot of tools within each of the modules. For example, you'll have a lot of white paper resources, interactive content, and videos to watch. So in order to get the full impact of this micro-credential course, we highly recommend that you go through all of the 20 modules, which have different concepts and resources to engage and interact with. You'll be achieving 13 PDUs, which will apply towards your current PMI certifications, such as 5 technical, 4 leadership, and 4 strategic. And these PDUs can only be applied to your current certifications. Then we have the task-based knowledge checks. And what I love about this micro-credential is it's very well designed, immersive, and task-based. There are relevant scenarios that you're going to be placed in, and then you're going to be asked to solve these task-based questions. The knowledge checks embedded in each of the modules come in the form of multiple choice questions, drag and drop. There's some sort questions, and the format really helps engage you because it's very interactive, and these interactions will make the experience more meaningful and then help you retain the knowledge of the course. And then there's also a practice quiz with 15 practice questions, which I'm told they're pretty challenging compared to the actual exam itself. But then these will help prepare you very well and give you some realistic questions that you'll answer when you take the actual exam. At the end of the course, there is also a survey. So please take the survey, as we're always looking to, for your feedback, because we're always continuing to improve this micro-credential course. And then again, we have the exam and the digital badge. So after you complete the e-learning course, there is assessment for you to take. And then if you successfully pass the exam, and then you'll earn the digital badge. Onto the assessment. So after purchasing the course, you do have 180 days to take the exam. It's approximately 6 months. The exam is online, it's non-proctored, so you're on your honor as far as taking the exam. And then after you complete the course, the exam will automatically populate on your My PMI dashboard. So when you click the Start Exam button, you'll be referred to the Pearson VUE portal. So there's no need to apply, or there's no need to call Pearson VUE, because everything is already integrated and part of the experience of the course. There's also email notifications that will be sent to you, so you could access your exam or access the Pearson VUE portal for your exam through those emails, or you could just access the exam on your My PMI dashboard. So when you begin the exam, you have 24 hours to access and complete it. There are 60 multiple choice situational questions, and then it'll take you, it takes 75 minutes to complete. So just to let everyone know that the assessments are different across all micro-credentials. So we highly encourage you that if you're choosing which micro-credential that you'd like to upskill with, whether it be citizen developer, organizational transformation, built-in environment, or the Agile Hybrid Project Pro, we ask that you review the frequently asked questions and then the exam content overview or exam content outline if it's available on the micro-credential landing page. Here's an example of an exam content outline. This is actually available on the Agile Hybrid Project Pro landing page, and each of the learning modules fit within this course outline here. So you have 40% addressed people sector, 50% address process, and then 8% address business environment. So all of the module names, as you can see here, fit within the context and how you'll be tested within each of these respective domains. And here's the digital badge for the Agile Hybrid Project Pro. You'll earn this badge after you complete the course and successfully pass the exam. And this will be your validation for earning the Agile Hybrid Project Pro micro-credential, where you could add it to your CV, your resume, your LinkedIn profile, electronic signature, all to highlight your validated skills. And congratulations to those who went ahead and took the course, passed the exam, and earned this digital badge. And then also put the digital badge on these various platforms here on the right. All right, and here's differences between Agile Hybrid Project Pro, ACP, and Discipline Agile. So this is a quick summary to provide you an overview of each. And you might be asking, what would be a benefit to you? And this would highly depend on your specific learning journey and your professional development goals that you'd like to achieve. For example, the Agile Hybrid Project Pro, if you just want to upskill and gain the Agile and hybrid skills as an add-on to your current certification, then Agile Hybrid Project Pro is an upskilling opportunity because it's easier to obtain and it's quick with no application process. And the PDUs are used to maintain other certifications, which is, as mentioned earlier, 13. For ACP certification, so if you want to earn the ACP certification, the process is much more rigorous. You need to go through the application process and then also prove through experience. And in addition, you have to maintain this certification with PDUs. So this is recommended if you want to gain your full ACP certification. And then we have the Disciplined Agile, which also does give you a badge, but then you also have to prove your expertise in a specific role. It's a role-based on a streamlined approach. So there's an entry level, there's an expert certification level. So someone entering Agile can start within Disciplined Agile series, but this certification is recommended if you're looking for a role-based approach on your Agile journey. All right, let's talk about how you could earn this Agile Hybrid Project Pro micro-credential. So there is a specific Agile Hybrid Project Pro landing page where you could go and purchase the product. There is a lot of information on the landing page where you could watch the Agile Hybrid Project Pro video, review the frequently asked questions, and then review the exam content outline that we kind of touched on today. And then also the various references if you want to check out those references. And then over by the pricing here, we have the member price of $175, the non-member price for $200, and then see the Get Started Now button. You could click that button to experience the Agile Hybrid Project Pro course through that link over there. And I reached the end of my presentation. It's been my pleasure to be part of the PMI-Central Illinois chapter meeting today to share with you all about the Agile Hybrid Project Pro micro-credential to help you upskill in your learning journey as well as your professional development. So I want to thank you all for having me today. Thank you.
Thank you. So we do have some questions.
Oh,
I
perfect.
have some questions, so I'm going to ask those in the chat first, and then we'll go into my questions. All right, so Valerie had a question. Is there a timeline on the coursework and the online exam needed to be completed? But I think we covered that
Yes.
in one of your slides.
Yes, so it'd be, I think when you purchase the course, you have 180 days. So you need to first complete the course. And then once your course is completed, and then the exam, I think the start exam button will populate on your My PMI dashboard. So the 180 days is the exam eligibility date. So there's a start date and an end date. So you want to try to, I guess, take the course and then try to pass the exam within the 180 days. And then the course, you could always access the course through your courses library, even after you've taken the test, if you want to, review the course material, or, if you just want to, review the course material after you pass the exam, you can do that as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think the next one went along that. So, so this question is, are PDUs auto-applied once test is passed? So I think this question, Valerie, you can correct us are you wrong if I'm wrong, but the PDUs you earn from the micro-credential don't apply to the PDUs that you need once earned. Is that correct, Michael? Like those would be a whole new set of PDUs.
Right. No,
but
I'm
they
sorry.
could have.
I just meant that I think you actually answered it, Michael, in your presentation, that when you sign up for and you pass the exam, that the PDUs are automatically applied to your PMP for the credential. Is that an accurate understanding?
Yes, it will be automatically applied to your current credentials. And I believe it's automatically applied after you've completed the course.
Oh, okay,
I
great.
think even before you take the exam, I believe it's already automatically applied. So
thank you. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then if the exam is not passed, can it be retaken?
Yes. I believe right now you could purchase a retake if you don't pass the first time. Yes.
Okay. And then I have a couple questions.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk difficulty. So those of us who have taken the PMP exam before, and now we're being offered to kind of up it and show that we're still staying up with the times, as I call it. What's the difficulty? Like, are we going to see the same kind of difficulty in this exam as we did the PMP, or is it still all situational? Like, what should we expect?
That I'm not 100% sure, but in regards to situational, yes, it's all situational.
Okay. And then you answered that one. So badges on resume. So you mentioned putting the badge on your resume. Is that so? I don't know. I've not seen any badges on resumes yet. Is that a trend that is starting? Because I am seeing more and more badges versus credentials added.
More badges.
So like we're seeing all these virtual badges. So are we
Yeah.
seeing people add those versus like listing out their credentials that they've earned,
I've seen more so in LinkedIn where they add their badge on the LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that more frequently.
And then can you speak at all, why is PMI moving to having so many badges or micro credentials at all versus full-blown exams or credentials?
So why is PMI going through?
Why is PMI offering more like micro credentials? This is a change right over the last several years. And so why, what's the thinking along going this line?
Oh, so
yeah.
I don't know if I could speak on behalf of PMI specifically, but I think in my opinion, micro credentials compared to the
Did he freeze for anyone else?
Yep, I can't hear him anymore. There he goes.
Oh, there you are.
How about now?
We heard in my opinion, and then you cut out.
Okay, yes.
Big brother, so in my opinion, you down.
Yeah, they're like yeah, so in my opinion, micro credentials are can you hear me still? I keep seeing my internet's unstable. Okay. So micro credentials are like with the traditional certifications, it's a much more rigorous process, right? It takes a lot of time to earn those certifications. Whereas micro credentials, for example, Agile Hybrid Project Pro is it's much shorter, right? It's kind of easier to obtain. It's 6.5 to 12 hours versus the more rigorous, I guess, lengthy process of the other certifications. This is also good for those who are looking into, I guess, starting their education in project management. So they're much shorter courses. They're easily to obtain as far as getting your micro credential after taking the course and then passing the exam successfully. You do get the validation because you earned that digital badge, if that makes sense.
No, that's great. Thank you. I mean, I've heard, I think it's accessibility, in my opinion, too. There's lower price tags, easier entry point, so that you can get your foot in the door, right? It'll be interesting because this one is on my list. Some of the other ones that I'm going for that you guys will probably be hearing more about is I'm working on my Wicked problem solving right now, which is also provided through PMI. And then also I'll be going for the organizational transformation, which I know there's 3 modules out there. And I did recently see now there is one for construction management specifically. I think there's 3 modules out there for that as well. So this is just an example of how PMI has, really taken that project manager, project professional toolkit to heart and how we can continue to build our skills so we stay current in our field of work. So, all right, so those were all the questions that I saw. Are there any additional questions? You can feel free to take yourself off mute.
I have a couple others, please.
Sure.
This is Valerie. So regarding the kind of piggybacking, Pamela, on what you had asked about the difficulty, you know, when you take the PMP exam, they give you, I don't know, it's like a 40% pass rate, right? Or something like that. Maybe I'm a little bit off. But so I'm curious, Michael, what the pass rate is for this micro-credential exam, please.
Oh, the pass rate. So yeah, I'm not authorized to, I think, give the pass rates. I actually don't know myself, but yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So, because you know, I'm with Pamela. You know, like what's the difficulty of this test, right, or this exam? Because you know, I know we study really, really hard for the PMP exam, and it's proctor, and it's 4 hours, and it's quite cumbersome. This sounds like it's less cumbersome, and you know, oh, okay, but I just am curious because you can retake it. You said, but there's a cost to do so.
Yes.
What's the cost to retake the exam?
I believe it's $50 to do a retake. Yeah.
Okay. And is there anyway, you said there's the FAQs I'm looking at here. I don't see anything. Is that a question that you could ask for us? Or maybe.
Oh, you don't see the.
I mean, I see frequently asked questions, but I guess I need to look through and see if that question's on here, but I don't think it is. I mean, is that something that we can find out, you know?
As far as the exam cost?
Yeah. No, sorry, the pass rate, because
the pass rate
that they definitely do tell us for the PMP exam, right? So I was just curious if there was something. I guess it says here, who can I contact? I guess I can send an email to micro-credentials team or the PMI customer care. So
yeah, that's what I was just looking at as well. Because I think, you know, I think if you've sat through the PMP, like Valerie and I obviously have, it's a major undertaking. And so we want to be relevant. We want to prove that we're relevant. And when you think about, I'm coaching people through several different, I just had someone get the CAPM on Friday. I'm coaching someone through the BA, through the PMPs, like I'm coaching people through all of them right now. And it's a time commitment, and we put that time commitment in already. And we're also getting our 60 PDUs per every 3 years. And so it's like that mind shift, right? Like I gotta put on those boots and I gotta walk that again. And so I think we're all, you know, we're trying to determine, you know, what that is going to be. Like, you know, is this going to be something, if I've been practicing in an agile or hybrid space for a while, is this going to be obtainable for me in a 90-day time period, a 6-month, or is it a 1 year, right? So
yeah, and not only that, for those of us with PMP, but I have peers who do not have their PMP, and so we're considering having them take this kind of as a starter point, even, if you will. So just kind of trying to know those expectations up front, so that, you know, hopefully if there's a 85 to 90% pass rate, then you feel a little bit better going in, right? That this will be achievable.
Right. I do know that when you take the test and then you submit it, it'll just be a pass or fail. That's the notification that you'll get. So cut scores and all that. Yeah, I'm not authorized, and I don't know I don't know myself what the cut score is, whether you pass or fail, or what the score would be for a pass or fail. Sorry.
That's okay. I think all of us that have taken the PMP, we're just happy it says pass.
Oh
yeah. I don't really care. Like, just as long as I passed, hallelujah.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll see that with the Agile Hybrid Project Pro when you do all 60 questions, and then it is 75 minutes. The test is 75 minutes. Yeah, once you submit, then they'll tell you, I think, there'll be a browser message that tells you know, whether you passed or whether you failed. Yeah, so.
So Valerie, I just connected with you on LinkedIn. So maybe you and I, because we have the same questions, maybe if one of us asks PMI and we get an answer, we can connect with each other and help each other out.
Awesome.
So I connected with you. So hopefully
Okay.
we can get some answers there.
Sounds great. Thank you, Pamela.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for talking to us tonight and taking time to answer all of our questions.
Of course.
I know I'm excited about where PMI is going, the toolkits that they're building, everything from certifications that you can get when you are still in high school that really gives you that competitive edge. There's things through the educational foundation that we can use to educate our youth, and then all the way through our career as you grow, you can get your PMP, you can go for program portfolio, but during that time, you also can build out your skills through all of these additional tools. So super excited about this. Thank you. It was great information. Thank you everyone who was super involved tonight, that you took the time to do our little breakout session and connect with each other. We're hoping as this year goes on, we can get back to some in-person events. If you would like to volunteer, even if it's to do a social event or help us through some in-person events, we are short our professional development team. And so to get back in person, we do need to stand that back up. If you know anyone or you are willing to connect with us, just reach out at president@pmi-cic.org, or you can check on our website. We have everything posted there. So thank you again, Michael. Thank you everyone who joined, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Pamela. And thank you, everyone.